What if the more you would let go is the more you would then let in? And this, for many people, is the missing key to easily and effortlessly attracting what they want in their life, because they are trying to wire something in. They're trying to create something by thinking of something or feeling something or even taking action, but they haven't identified what they must let go of in order to get, or in order to be in the vibration of allowing that thing in. This was a game changer for me when I learned this back in, I'd say about a year and a half ago. I really started to touch on this, and it was so counterintuitive, because I was like, well, your thoughts create your reality, then just think about what you want. However, I would think about what I want, but I would have these attachments. That's what really letting go is. It's about letting go of attachments. There's something you must let go of in order to allow in that which you want. Think of it like you want to buy more clothes, and you want to be able to wear those clothes, but you have so many old clothes in your closet that there is no room for it. So you have clothes from when you were 2, you have clothes from when you were 15, you have clothes that people gave you that you never wear, and you have a closet full of clothes, most of which you don't wear or isn't productive and you're not going to use it anymore. Now you want to bring in more clothes, but instead of bringing in clothes and realizing once you bring in the clothes, there's no room for it. The key to this is, first off, clearing out the clothes that you're no longer going to wear. It's letting go to then allow in, to then let in. I know that anytime there's something I want to create in my life and I'm feeling blocked with it, there's something I got to let go of. Imagine you want to attract love into your life. But imagine that you haven't let go of either a past relationship, or you haven't let go of a limiting belief around relationships. Or maybe you haven't let go of resentment that you have towards your dad or your mom, your parenting growing up. Now, this is just a side note in general. I've been doing a lot of shadow work and looking into this over the last couple weeks. And your relationship with your mom and your relationship with your dad directly affects so many different areas of your life and is propelling a certain attachment style. So if you find that you're anxious in love, or you're blocking out love and you're avoidant, it's either anxious or avoidant normally, then you're either leaning in because you felt like you didn't feel that nurturing, or you had some emotional unavailability going on when you were growing up, and you may have some resentment or abandonment around that. And in the same way, that is affecting many different areas of your life. I was reading recently, there was there's this book, and it was talking about like different patterns from childhood. And one of the things it said is, if you had a feeling of emotional abandonment growing up, you probably get really triggered when people are 10, 20, 30 minutes late. It's because it's triggering that abandonment. And I resonated with that, because let me tell you that when people are 20 minutes late, or late in general, or don't show up, I get like triggered by it. Well, really, it's triggering an abandonment wound. Here's the crazy thing though, when we're talking about love and relationships, people abandon themselves to attract love. They will change themselves or people please or something to then attract in love, which is an inauthentic expression of love. But it's because growing up, feeling emotional abandonment, you had to abandon yourself and then try to get the attention to get your needs met of somebody else. And you started feeling lonely. So to attract love, it's not about just thinking about the love and thinking about the most amazing relationship you could be in and feeling it as if it were here now. It's more so about changing and letting go of either the resentment that you might have, letting go of the blame that you might have, letting go of the limiting beliefs you might have, in order to then allow that in. If you were to just focus on this one thing, it would change everything. Focus on what you must let go of to attract what you want, to let in what you want, and let it be natural for you. If you're attached to the outcome and you put it on a pedestal, you vibrationally separate yourself from it. When I look at my old I was working a 9-to-5 job I didn't like, I had to let go of a self-image of myself, and I had to let go of this story of, I work this 9-to-5 job, this is how much I get paid, and I had to let that go. And then I could wire in making daily videos on YouTube. But I had to also let go of the comforts that came with that job. There was a comfort that I got from working a 9-to-5 job, selling women's shoes, getting paid $60,000, $70,000 a year, wearing a suit to work every day, even though it was slow. I had to let go of that vision, that story. We all have stories about love. We all have stories about money. We all have stories about life. And a lot of times your stories about life are directly related to your relationship with your parents. So healing that is ideal for attracting in anything. Let go and realize your parents were doing the best they could with what they had. And if you remember, sometimes we do this thing where we only remember certain parts of our past or childhood, and we kind of neglect out the good stuff, I've been focused more on like the things I appreciate about my parents. And as I've done that, I feel that it's changing my own energy, and it's changing my own sense of self-worthiness, and I'm not abandoning myself, and it's just a completely different energy. But when you're talking about like the big three are obviously love, health, and abundance, right? Many of you may want to attract love, health, or abundance. And the key to this is realizing and recognizing what belief do you have to let go of and what attachment do you have to let go of in order to allow it in. Some of you may want to attract a relationship into your life, but you're so attached to the story of past relationships that your closet is full and there's no space for anything new. It's like a dog that's holding on to like a chewed up bone that's run its course, and it wants another bone, but it keeps fumbling because it won't just let go of this one to then get the other. Now let's talk for a second about letting go. Letting go is a natural point of a choice that you make. You're letting go of the known. That's what letting go is. You're letting go of what you think you know. Sometimes what you know, though, isn't even ideal. It's just that you become comfortable with it, and you're afraid that in the unknown is the lack of what you want. So think about that. You have this thing that you're attached to. You're attached to this job, and you're afraid to let it go, because if you let it go, you're letting go of the comfort, the money that's coming in. And the only thing that is hard is the choice to let it go. It's not hard to let it go. The letting go is a choice. You have reasons that attach you to that thing that make you feel fearful of letting it go. The attachments are that it's comfortable, it's known, it's familiar, it's bringing you this kind of security in your life. And what you're really afraid of is, they say that some people are afraid of the unknown. You're not really afraid of the unknown. You're afraid of the loss of the known. You're afraid of the loss of the known, because what you know is comfortable. That's an Anthony DeMello quote, by the way. I didn't come up with that quote, but you are afraid of the loss of the known. And all magic happens in the unknown. All magic happens in the unknown. Stepping into what actually scares you a little bit. And that's because what scares you is what's going to get you out of that box. So when you step into the unknown, you allow new opportunities and new things to let in. But you can't let anything in when you're thinking the same thoughts every day, feeling the same emotions every day, and doing the same things every day. You're going to continue to get the same reality. The key to this is realizing you're afraid of losing this because it feels comfortable and familiar, but it's letting go of the stories that attach you to this. It's letting go of the reasons of why it's so comfortable. And then it's making the choice to then wire in something exciting and new, knowing that you're then going to allow in something even more magical than you can even imagine right now. But a lot of this too is letting go of the childhood trauma you may have gone through, really going into that inner child healing. And if you didn't know, I have a free meditation. It's on healing your inner child. We energetically go to Kauai, Hawaii, and we heal our own inner child. It's completely free. You can go to aarondoughty.com/child, CHILD, and that'll take you to the page for the free child meditation. And listen to that for 21 days. Watch what happens. And I'll also link that below. But realize that this process for you of letting and manifesting in general is people are always focused on what they want, but they haven't cleared their subconscious, or they haven't healed the energy that is keeping them trapped in this old reality. The key is to let go. Let go to let in. If you let go of a limiting belief around money, limiting belief, which is also normally tied to your parents. It's not your parents' fault, by the way. Your parents were doing the best they could, and they normally adopted those from their environment and from their parents. It's just this trickle-down ancestry thing. So if you want to heal, it's about forgiving and realizing your love and the connection that you have. And as you do that, you're going to begin to feel more whole and complete. You're going to stop abandoning yourself, and you're going to be yourself most authentically. As I focused more on the letting go than the wiring in, I've naturally allowed things to wire in, and you receive easier. It's easier to receive. It's just that when people are only focused on the receiving end of it, they're just focused on what can they wire in. They create resistance around this. So this is the key. Let go of the focus on this. Focus on letting go. Focus on making the choice to step out of the known and into the unknown. What will you have to let go of? Right now, share below. What is something you want to create in your life? And what do you have to let go of? What do you feel intuitively guided to let go of in order to get that thing? Maybe it's a past relationship. Maybe it's a past belief that you have. Maybe it's a belief that money is evil. Whatever it is, comment below, declare it. There's a power to declaring it. that changes everything. And if you haven't already, subscribe and like this video if you like the video like this. If you want more raw videos like this, let me know. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, peace, much love, and namaste.